Look, I know it's late. I know I'm putting this one out late, but listen, man, I have a life to live. I had shit to do these last few days, alright? I was out there getting bread, alright? So, I'm now just getting to this video now. I get it. Super late. I get it. You can fucking not watch it, whatever. But still, I'm going to put this video out. You should be grateful that I'm even making a video at all. Really. Because I could not. Me to my 5 viewers. UFC Vancouver was pretty weird, man. I gotta be honest with you. There was a lot of excitement about this card, though. There was some good fights, some good finishes, some things to talk about. But I feel like for every fight, or at least every other fight, there was just some extra bullshit that I need to talk about, and you know, some added context to the fight itself that I need to get into for these fights. But overall, it was a pretty good card. It was pretty entertaining. Let's get started here. These are my reactions. First fight of the night was Melissa Croden getting a win over Tainara Lisboan. Thought this was a great fight. Croden gets a good TKO win here in the third. Not much to say about this one. Pretty good stuff here. Hold on, I can't say his name. Yusri Belgaroui versus Asma Bekoev. Belgaroui looked great throughout. He looked a lot like a mini Alex Pereira. He was throwing leg kicks. He was defending takedowns a lot better than I thought he would. And he was also rocking Bekoev for the majority of this fight here, landing the jabs. He was landing leg and body kicks throughout. He looked awesome here. I gotta be honest. He looked way better than I thought he would. And, you know, Bekoev was just trying to farm a right hand, just trying to find something with that right, but he really wasn't able to unless Yusri was stepping in with the jab, but other than that, he was not finding any success on the feet, and he was not being able to get the takedown, which led to Belgaroui being able to get the third round TKO. Good stuff from Belgaroui. Again, surprising, was not expecting that, so I'm very interested to see how he continues on in his UFC career, how he does against some other prospects. It's seeming like these days, man, you know, like, for the longest time, who you train with didn't really seem to like matter too much in the grand scheme of things of how you're going to do. But I swear to God, these last few weeks, dude, like people that have like trained other people, like between him and Untitled Chapter, it's like, it's kind of feeling like it does kind of matter who you train with these days, man. Cause wow, like it's just again another pupil here of like Alex Pereira being able to go out there and put on a performance like this. It's really seeming that it really does matter, seemingly more and more as the fights go on. Up next, though, Stephanie Luciano was able to defeat Ravina Oliveira. Good performance from Luciano. Not much happened here. Not much to say about this fight, but it was a good performance from Luciano, and a third round submission made her look really good. So, awesome for her. Danny Barlow versus Jourdain Santos. Fuck, man. I should have said at the top, dude, but man, I was horrible with picks. It seems like a lot of people were pretty bad at picks. This one was another one of my locks. I really thought Daniel Barlow was gonna be able to come out here and show some more athleticism, be a bit more skillful, and be more aggressive and quick. But it really didn't seem that way. It was pretty back and forth compared to what I was expecting here. You know, Santos was landing a lot of big rights. Barlow's had a good few left hand strikes throughout, but it really seemed that Santos was getting the more of the damage. And then, you know, Barlow's had some big strikes in the second that kind of leaned towards more of that, but Santos ended up winning rounds 1 and 3, gets the unanimous decision win. It was a close fight, it really was, but they give the nod to Jourdain Santos, and I am now 0-3 on lock picks, dude. Fucking sick. Up next, Bruno Silva is able to get the submission win over Hyun-sung Park. I'm very certain this decision will stand, you know. They're gonna, like, you know, if you saw Bruno Silva's back, dude, the fucking the volcanic activity that was going on back there, I'm sure that's nothing. I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure there was nothing odd going on here, and I'm sure either drug test comes back negative and this fight will stand as a submission win for Santos. So as the time being, it is a submission win for Santos. He looked really good here. He was piecing up Park. He's able to get the submission in the third. He was getting takedowns. He was landing uppercuts. He was making Hyun-sung Park miss on the feet. You know, and I'm kind of sad that I was wrong about this one too, because, you know, I really thought Hyun-sung Park was at least a part of that caliber of, like, you know, top tier flyweight prospects. But, you know, if you can't pass this test against Bruno Silva, dude, like, I mean, it means you're just not cut for it. And it only makes Joshua Vance's performance look even better. So, Cool, good win for Bruno Silva. He still got it, man. He's still one of the best gatekeepers of the flyweight division right now, so good for him. Up next is, another wrong pick of mine. Corey Gibson versus Qileng. I didn't think Arichi had any grappling at all. You know, he was crafty and experienced, but was less skillful. I really thought Gibson was going to come in here with the pressure. He was going to get the takedowns. He was going to do some decent striking, but he was going to mix in the grappling enough to get the win. I forgot to consider the idea, I guess, of Cody Gibson going full out with like an outside leg kick, and then Qileng just throwing a right hand down the middle and absolutely fucking like leaving Cody Gibson stiff as a board and getting KO win in 20 seconds into the fight. I swear to God, this is how I just imagine in my head that Gibson was fully like looking down at his leg as he made this kick, to which Qileng just fucking right down the middle lays him out. Shit, man. I don't know how I was supposed to. I guess I should have considered that, man. I guess in hindsight, I really should have thought that was gonna come. But you know, hey, good for Qileng. I'm glad he has this win now, because in the future, whenever I go to make like another pick for him, I will see this win as like, hey, a 20-second knockout over Cody Gibson. That's fucking cool. I'm sure this guy's gonna win whoever he fights next. I'm gonna make this pick. I'm gonna say Qileng wins, and then he's gonna fucking just get like folded by the next guy or just out grappled entirely. And Cody Gibson, I'm sure, will rebound. Hopefully better than this. Hopefully he will be able to make it longer than 20 seconds. And hopefully he will actually be able to showcase his grappling ability, because I do think it is still very strong. And which, you know, he was not something he was able to showcase here. Up next, Drew Dober versus Kyle Prepolec. Holy shit, man. This is a really interesting one. It really was a test to see like how washed Drew Dober was going to be. He still was the absolute favorite, but still, man, I think, you know, his chin being as cooked as it is, it proved to be an interesting test against someone like Kyle Prepolec. The first round, Dober won pretty easily. He was landing the big shots all throughout. In the second, Prepolec was able to land the jab. He was throwing the kicks. He was checking Dober's leg kick, which led to a pretty big cut on his shin that looked pretty nasty. He was doing some pretty good body work, and he was able to get a knockdown with an uppercut in the second. So that was a pretty easy win in the second round for Kyle Prepolec. Going into the third, 1-1. Dober hits a groin shot, a pretty nasty groin shot, at least Kyle Prepolec on his hands and knees. The ref steps in, and this is a fucking common theme of the night here, is that we have a lot of referees' discretion going on this show, on this card here, because one groin kick that was clearly accidental, right? Referee steps in and automatically takes a point from Dober. So Dober, with this in mind, knows he's losing. He has to apply the pressure now. He goes in. Once they're good to go, he goes back in, starts unleashing a fucking flurry of strikes at Prepolec. Prepolec has no answer for this whatsoever, because I guess he's still maybe even trying to recover from the groin strike. He can't do anything. He's up against the cage. He gets finished. Drew Dober gets the KO TKO win in the third. A good performance from Dober, man. I do rate this one quite a bit. I do think he looked good. Kyle Prepolec, though, god damn, can we give this guy like a layup? Can we give this guy like someone easy, man? This guy's had to fight like 2 former ranked contenders. One is still ranked right now in his 2 fights. Like, can we just give this guy someone fucking easy, dude? Like, holy shit, man. Let's just see what he can actually do, because he looked good in this fight. He was actually outstriking Dober in the second here, so I liked seeing that from them. But yeah, wow, what a performance from Dober. I'm glad he still has it in him. I'm still glad he can still apply the pressure and survive striking on the ground still. So that's always good to see. Up next, though, we get to the main card. And let me tell you something about this fight, man. You see here it says unanimous decision. This should not have been a unanimous decision. This should have been a first-round stoppage win for Kyle Nelson. Unfortunately, we have someone named Dan Mergliotta on the refereeing duties of this fight. And this fucking guy, dude. Kyle Nelson gets Matt Frevola in a really bad position. He's on the ground. He's throwing strikes right at the very end of the first, like less than 10 seconds to go. He's pounding him. He's fucking hitting his head against the canvas, dude. He's bashing his brains in. 3 seconds left in the round. Mergliotta seemingly steps in to stop the fight, call the fight off. Nelson is celebrating. He looks happy. He thinks he's won. I think he's won. Everyone in the building thinks he's won. The commentators think he's won. Even the people in the UFC production team think he's won, because Daniel Cormier says on commentary that He's been told to get ready for the post-fight interview. However, it is then revealed that the fight is not over and we're going to a second round. And it is later explained that Dan Miragliotta seemingly thought he heard the horn to end the round, and that is why he thought the round was over. He thought the round ended. Dude. Dan Miragliotta. Dan, come here, motherfucker. I like you. That's why it hurts to do this, dude. You thought you heard the fucking horn, bro? You thought you heard the horn? Are you also hearing like fucking voices in your head telling you to kill the next person sitting next to you on the fucking bus, dude? What are you talking about? This is the fourth time this year that Dan Miragliotta has fucked up the ending of a round. Twice in Kansas City, he thought the 10-second timer was the end of the round and ended the round prematurely. In Noche UFC, you didn't hear the horn, so you let I can't remember whose fight it was, but you let the guy continue to get pounded for like an extra 5 seconds at the end of a round, and now here you are thinking you did hear a horn when you never did, and you're stopping rounds prematurely, dude. Like, surely the State Athletic Commission. I can't even blame like the BC one for this one, because the fucking Miragliotta's on every card. I thought he'd be pretty decent too here. But surely someone else surely someone has to step in and look at this guy and be like, look, man, hand, shoulder, on everything, dude. Like, what the do you need your fucking hearing checked? It's like fucking Dana White's in there, bro. He can't hear a fucking thing. I don't know what this guy's doing. I don't know what this guy's thinking anymore. But this guy needs to fucking either get a hearing aid, legit just get a hearing aid, or retire, dude. Because, you're fucking up the outcomes of these people's fights. You are stopping, Kyle Nelson, maybe he got a performance of the night. Maybe he would have if he fucking was able to finish Matt Frevola in the first round there. I don't know, bro, but... God damn, that was just, I'm so tired of this shit, dude. I'm so tired of this ref, this weird endings of rounds, man. And, their careers are getting fucked with here. God almighty, if I was a fighter, I saw Miragliotta, fucking, was my ref, I'd be like, oh, man, I hope really something doesn't happen at the end of these rounds, man, because Miragliotta's gonna fuck this up. And once again, he's fucked this up. So, heavy boos from Miragliotta, even for the rest of the night, because he had guys send 2 more fights after that. Every time he got announced, the crowd fucking booed the shit out of him, rightfully so, because he majorly fucked that up. Going into the second round, it was a slow start for Nelson. He unloaded his fucking gas tank there, because he's supposed to have the win there, but... Throughout the second round, he started to land good body strikes, and he was able to regain momentum. He did damage in the striking, and that would continue on into the third round, which inevitably led to the unanimous decision win for Nelson. So thank God he was not robbed of a win, because Jesus Christ, Dan Miragliotta, if Matt Frevola actually came back and won that, dude, holy shit, man, I wouldn't even just appeal, I'd sue. I'd literally sue, because, there's something negligent surely should have happened here. But god damn, man. That pissed me off so much, because it's so often this year that we see you fuck up the ends of these rounds, man. Just get your shit together, bro. God, good for Kyle Nelson, man. I'm happy for him. I like you. I like him at lightweight. He looks good here. He looks awesome. I'm excited to see what he's going from here. Matt Frevola is still a good win to have. So, I'm excited to see where he goes from here, man. Good shit. Even though I was once again wrong on predictions. What am I? I'm I feel like I'm 2 for 7 right now or some shit like that, dude. This shit was fucking, this was bad. This was a bad prediction night for me, man. Up next, Charles Jourdain versus Davy Grant. Another wrong pick for me. I thought Grant was going to be able to keep the fight competitive and be well-rounded enough with powerful hands to have the bigger shots throughout the fight. But holy shit, dude, Charles Jourdain's striking is really, really starting to improve, man. He came out here, he was trying to find the flying knee, he kept looking for it, and then towards the end of the first, he was able to find it, land a big flying knee that got the knockdown for him, and then just a flurry of fists to get the TKO win. Really, really solid performance here. It really looks like he's very confident in his grappling abilities, so that even if he does get taken down, he's able to, threaten guillotines and try to find your way out of it and find some other submission attempts, which is a very good thing to have in the bantamweight division. I talked about that, with Montel Jackson. If you don't have that ability to, either defend takedowns or be able to do something from the bottom, you don't have a chance in this division at all. So, to see Charles Jourdain rely so much on that, and so that he's able to find and be a bit more open and confident with his striking to find some more unique ways to take someone out is really, really cool, man. You know, he had a speed advantage all throughout this as well, and, you know, but props to Davey Grant. He's a very good fighter. Like, you know, he's a very good, like, determination for, like, some other bantamweights up and coming. And he was doing really good with the leg kicks, too. I like the work he was putting in there, but, you know, Jourdain was just quicker, man. He just looked good. He looks really, really good at bantamweight. So I am excited to see how Charles Jourdain does here. He should be given a fight maybe just outside the rankings or within the rankings towards, like, the bottom 15, you know, something like that. Up next, though. Man, fuck. Manon Fiorot cannot be stopped. She cannot be denied. She gets a first round KO with a left down the middle. That sucks, man. I kind of wish this. I predicted this. I thought this would happen, but I really thought she would be able to, like, you know, go the distance maybe, but no, it was just that one left down the middle is all she needed to be fucking, you know, start doing a chicken dance, and then just the, like, you know, on her back and your fucking head bounced off the octagon floor. Super, super good win for Manon Fiorot. I hope this is something that ages well. I do think Jasmine will probably be able to win her next fight. I hope that, you know, her come up with, like, against people like Mario Bueno Silva and Jessica Andrade isn't, like, a reflection of how poor those fighters are doing, and hopefully she's able to just rebound and fight someone else and, like, beat someone else probably, but a really, really good performance from Manon Fiorot here. I think she's going to be within, like, that top 5 for quite some time now. She just looks too good against someone that isn't Valentina Shevchenko, so I rate this win, though, and I rate her performance here. I'm glad she's able to show that she has actually knockout power, and she's able to apply that very early in fights, so that's really cool to see. Moving on, though. God damn it, bro. Ayman Zahabi gets the split decision win over Marlon Vera. Marlon. Take a year off. You know, you have these fights where you're pretty inactive. You're up against the cage. You're just kind of picking your shots sparsely. You're just really trying to find, like, big knockout blows and damaging, but you're not really, you know, throwing enough to really look good. You're not, you know, you're not pressuring. You're the one getting pressed against the cage and doing fucking laps around the octagon. And then you lose via, like, split decisions, and then you wonder why you do lose by split decision and you get robbed from these wins. Maybe it's the way you fucking fight. You ever think about that, huh? Maybe it's the way you fight doesn't look fucking impressive anymore. Jesus Christ, man. You take a year off and you fight the exact same as you always do. I just don't fucking get it, bro. But because it's Ayman Zahabi, it actually was kind of close, and you could theoretically, in this case, actually make an argument that Marlon Vera was able to win here. It really just came down to what you thought of the first round, you know. It was close. The first round was close. Zahabi was way more accurate, and he was pushing Vera against the cage. But Cheeto was doing a lot of damage in the few shots that he was able to throw in the first. So it really just came down to what you thought of the first here, who looked better. I also thought Zahabi looked better in the first, so I give it to him. But you could make the argument, I guess, that Marlon Vera won the first. Cheeto was able to get the knockdown in the second. He was throwing kicks. He was doing way better. He was fighting. It's so funny, man, because he never starts off the way. Like, Cheeto never starts off the way he should be fighting. He always wants to take so fucking long to figure his shit out. And, like, not even, like, defend well when he's doing so. So, he gets the knockdown in the second. He's throwing kicks. He's controlling the fight. He looks way better. But then in the third round, Zahabi's able to come back. Like he always fucking does, dude. Every single fight this guy has, the third round, he's like, alright, it's 1-1. I'm gonna have to just fucking lock in here. He was way more active in the striking. He was getting punches off left and right. He looked really good in the third. Clear round win for him. And that results in him getting the split decision win over Marlon Vera, you know? So, I don't know what's next for Vera, dude. I want to just see him try something else, man. Like, God, maybe just switch camps, dude. Because, like, you're old enough, right? These guys clearly don't know what else to do with you. They don't know how to get you to fight a different fight against specific opponents. But, like, God damn, man. Maybe you just do need to switch up of camp. Maybe you do. I don't know what else. I don't know what else you can do at this point in your career, man. Otherwise, just accept defeat to, like, anyone that isn't, like, good on the, like even, bro, you're losing to people that are gonna get smoked by fucking Sean O'Malley. Like, this, Ayman Zahabi, after his fight, called out Sean O'Malley to fight. Dude, this guy would get fucking laid the fuck out if he fought Sean O'Malley. And here he is beating Marlon Vera, and Marlon Vera, I don't know what's next for him, dude. I really don't know. I don't know. It was still a pretty entertaining fight though. Like, it was close. I'm not complaining about that. I just fucking get so annoyed with Marlon Vera being so angry that he's, you know, he felt that he was robbed, but he just does nothing to actually make himself look impressive except pray he gets a fucking fluke knockout victory. Like, it's just ridiculous seeing this guy, man. Oh, man, speaking of ridiculous fighters, fucking Kevin Holland, dude. This fucking asshole, man. Why did you do this? Why did you have to do it like this? All right, Kevin Holland's doing well in the first. He's maintaining distance. The size advantage is very clearly taking advantage. He's very clearly in favor of Kevin Holland. Mike Malott doesn't really have a lot of answers at first, and then Holland's doing well in the striking exchanges as well. However, when they're up in a clinch against the cage, Malott goes to fucking knee him in the body, but catches him in the groin. Holland legitimately takes like 5 fucking minutes to recover from this. And then by the end, he says he's able to continue. He tells the doctors he doesn't even actually tell the doctors because he doesn't fucking really want to say it, right? He doesn't want to admit that, like, he's not good to go for the rest of the fight. But he decides to, like, fucking, go on with it. But just wants everyone to know that he was going to win this fight had he not been hit in the balls by Mike Malott, because for the rest of the fight, this guy's messing with his junk. He's grimacing. He's fucking can't do anything. He's just trying to avoid the strikes now, and it's just a fucking big circus, man. It's like, why can you not just accept that? Like, why would you do this to his career? Because all this is doing, right? By continuing this fight, all this is doing is just showing everyone, hey guys, I want there to be a big fucking asterisk next to this win from Mike Malott, because I would have won this fight. But, you know, he hit me in the balls, so, like, it shouldn't really count, you know what I mean? Like, I would have won, Fuck you! Fuck you for doing that to Mike Malott. That guy did fucking nothing to deserve that. Genuinely. Oh, and you also want to talk about reffing, too, man? Like, no point? You're telling me in the first fight with Drew Dober, he hits him once by accident, and he gets a point away in the first time. Mike Malott hits him twice. Kevin Holland has to take 5 minutes to recover, and no point is taken. What the fuck? We need we need to establish, we need less referee discretion in these fights, man, because it's getting to a point now where the outcomes of fights are literally being determined by who's reffing it. Because, like, I just don't get that, man. Why would you not take a point there when someone else has? We just need a set list, dude. We need a set list so we can stop bullshit like this from happening. Moving on throughout the fight, after the groin strike, going into the second, Malott was quicker. He was landing the right hand. The left hook was looking good. And that just continued all through the fight. The grappling came into a play in the third round, which, you know, he's really good at that too. So, fuck, that's awesome. And Holland just washed. I don't know what else to say, man. Like, I don't have faith in him. I don't have confidence that he's going to do well in these fights anymore. I don't, like, even if it's like a certain can, I just don't think he has it. He fought 5 times, he lost like fucking 4 of them, right? Like, I just don't, I don't know what else I can say about this fucking guy. I don't know what else to say about this guy. I fucking just, I want him gone. I don't want him to be here. I want him to fight in the PFL, where he's less of a fucking, dictator of, like, how people's careers end up. With performances like this, dude. It just pisses me off seeing that, man. Maybe it's because I'm glad I predicted him a lot, man, because Jesus Christ, dude. Malott looks really great, by the way. I just want to say that, bro. Like, his striking is really, really... Everything I said about Malott, I think, was true. I think he is proving to be more technically sound. He was quicker on the strikings. He didn't utilize as many kicks as I thought he would, but still, that's something that can be fixed. And he looked good. Looked like he had a good cardio, and again, his striking is improving. So I'm really excited to see how Mike Malott does against someone like a Gilbert Burns or like someone in the lower top 15 ranks of the welterweight division. So good fight for him. I was really impressed by his performance here. Finally, though, main event time: Brendan Allen versus Reinier de Ridder. Brendan Allen is able to get the 4th round KO win over Reinier de Ridder. What the fuck? Dude. How? How do you... Who was it that you lost to, Brendan Allen? You almost lost to Marvin Vettori. And you just lost some other fucking, like, not nobodies, but like... Was it Delidze? How did you lose those fights? How did you just lose... How did you do this? Legitimately, how did you just do this? How did you do that? And why don't you do that all the time? That's all I'm saying. That's all, like, how did you just out-cardio and out-grapple one of the best grapplers and cardio machines this fucking, in the middleweight division? What the fuck? Rounds 2 and 3, Allen was on top. He was landing good punches. He was throwing big elbows on him. RDR spent a lot of time on bottom, trying to create space with his legs. He was trying to grab wrist control and maintain that, but it just really wasn't working. And then by the end of the fourth, his gas tank had sapped so badly that he was unable to get off the stool and continue the fight. Thus, Brendan Allen wins by KO TKO. I don't understand that. I don't understand how that happens. Huge shakeup for the division. Dude, oh man, Fluffy, if he wasn't injured, maybe he would have won. He would have won this fight, and he would be having a title shot now. But now it's probably gonna be Imavov, because we gotta figure out what the fuck to do with this guy. And the answer to that would be Dricus du Plessis. That's the next fight to make in a pay-per-view co-main event, because that sounds about right. Yeah, man, I'm baffled. I'm truly baffled by that outcome. I like that just melded me out totally. I was so upset with how Holland performed, with how Vera performed, and then, you know, how like the referees have performed, and then just to come back, I've come back down to earth now, seeing fucking Brendan Allen win over Reinier de Ridder. I don't know what to think of the guy now, cause like, still a lot to prove. Maybe he just takes some time, dude. You know, maybe take like 6 months to fucking recompose yourself and how you want to go about this, because you're 35, you're getting up there in age. And yeah, you didn't really look good here at all. In the first, you were able, like, Allen put the pressure on, was able to get the takedown in the first, I believe, but then de Ridder turned it around. He was on top, just kind of laying there, wasn't really doing much. He didn't really do much of anything for this entire fight, and he was getting super, super gassed, so maybe it was something with the weight cut, had something to do with that, like, but he knows. And I think, you know, depending how long he takes till his next fight will tell us what really happened here, you know, if it was just a bad weight cut, or if it was like, you know, the amount of times he's had to do the weight cut in the short span of time, maybe that had to play with it. But yeah, man, that's very, very surprising. Like I said, I think Imavov will probably be next for the title shot then. Allen can fight DDP, and Reinier de Ridder can fight Michael Page. I don't know. That was my review of UFC Vancouver. Again, that was a weird fucking show. Yeah, I went 5-8 on this card. Not a good one at all. It's so funny how like the last week I go 5 for 5 on my locks, and then this week I go 0-5 for my locks. It's just that's so perfect. Like that's really cute how that turned out for me. Overall, this card was pretty cool. That was pretty entertaining. There was a lot of good stuff I liked from it. I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10 from me. I thought this was a pretty entertaining card from top to bottom here. But let me know what you guys thought of this show and all the bullshit that went down on this in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Here's a playlist of my other UFC reactions and predictions. You can see how wrong I was about some of these other ones over here. Here's a video that YouTube thinks you will enjoy. And you can subscribe to the channel right here, man. But other than that, that's going to do it for me, guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.